Welcome to another study of Scripture. This video study was originally part of a series, Reading and Understanding the Book of Revelation. It's a brief overview of the number 1,000 as it is used in Scripture. We begin by suggesting that the number 1,000 symbolizes immensity, fullness, or multitude. The number speaks of a high quantity. For example, in the Scripture where the Lord owns a cattle on 1,000 hills. The idea is, according to church fathers in the early centuries of Christianity, the totality of time, or the concept of completion. The word 1,000 or 1,000 appears 521 times in the King James Version. In Amos chapter 5, verse 3, a city of 1,000 would be reduced to 100. In Isaiah 60, verse 22, the prophesied messianic time will see an increase from 1 to 1,000. A little one shall become 1,000. In Psalm 84, a day in the courts of the Lord is better than 1,000 days anywhere else. Psalm 105, verse 8, the covenant that God concludes with Abraham was valid for 1,000 generations. The point we'll be making is that in none of these readings should we be understanding 1,000 in a literal way. In Judges 9:49, 1,000 persons perished in the citadel of Shechem. In Scripture, the term 1,000 with reference to time is always used symbolically. Deuteronomy 7, verse 9, God keepeth covenant and mercy with those who keep his commandments unto 1,000 generations. Or 1 Chronicles 16, verse 15, be ye mindful always of his covenant, the word he commanded to 1,000 generations. Again, from Psalm 84, for a day in the courts of the Lord is better than 1,000. Psalm 90, verse 4, 1,000 days in your sight are as a yesterday when it is past. And the passage in 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 8 in the New Testament, where you have 1,000 days, 1,000 years, as one day, and one day as 1,000 years. In Psalm 105, he's remembered his covenant forever, the word that he commanded to 1,000 generations. In all of these references, it should be obvious that every occurrence of the word 1,000 by itself, without a number preceding it, 2, 3, 5, a specific number, each occurrence in a general use of the word is not literal, but is rather symbolic, representing a large number of days, number of years, or an extended period of time. So then why is it when we get to the book of Revelation, the most symbolic of all of the books that we've cited, that many interpret 1,000 years as literal, especially when there's no scriptural warrant for doing so? Well, we could spend time talking about difficulties that arise in the study of Revelation 20, but we try to cover those matters in the study of that chapter in the series. I simply want to point out, when we ask the question, what do the Scriptures reveal about the number 1,000, that it is never used, especially with reference to time, in any way other than symbolically. It is a number that typifies the idea, signifies the idea of immensity or fullness or multitude. The number represents any large number or extended period of time. That applies both in the Old Testament as well as in the New Testament. I hope this is helpful. I've spoken slowly so that you can write down the scripture references. May God bless us as we seek to understand the meaning and the message of the book of Revelation.